Don't stop.
Hi, I'm your host, Zach Randles-Friedman. Welcome to Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay podcast. And I had a kind of a crazy week this week because I had to go down to New York City for work meetings. And I was only down there for a few days. And I was down in New York on September the 11th. And I have not been in New York for many, many years on September 11th. And it was a little bizarre being in New York. And our meetings were downtown. We could see the World Trade Center from where our office was, where we were meeting at we had an offsite for my team. And I could see the World Trade Center when you walked out of the building. So it was definitely bizarre being down there downtown, and there was just kind of a lot of memories and stuff that I had of that day. For those of you that have not heard my podcast, I did an episode about 9/11 because I was actually downtown on September 11th working at the World Financial Center, which was attached to the World Trade Center. And I had to, run out of the building. My building didn't fall, but I left probably just in the right time before one of the towers started to fall. If I would have stayed another half hour, 45 minutes, I probably would have been covered in dust or hurt in some way. So I don't know, I feel very fortunate, but it was bizarre being in New York downtown on September 11th. And I have to admit, when I took the Amtrak home that day on September 11th back to Boston, and as I was standing kind of in Penn Station, there was people walking around, military with machine guns, and there was, bomb sniffing dogs and stuff in there. And it was definitely, the security was higher than usual, which I appreciate, but it was definitely, I was ready to get out of there. Even when I was on the train, I'm like, what if somebody got on the train, because they don't screen you on Amtrak. Like, you can just get on the train and have whatever you want in your luggage. And you're not going through a metal detector or getting screened by the TSA like you do at the airport. And I thought several times on the train and the ride home, like, what if somebody has a bomb and they bomb the train as we're going? I didn't dwell on it like I would have years ago, but it did cross my mind several times. And I was just like really happy when the train came into South Station in Boston. I got off the train and I was in my Uber going home. I was just happy to be back in Boston. But yeah, it was a weird week where, you have these memories about the day, and I replayed like that whole day in my head. And my coworkers and there were 5 of us total. We went around the conference room table, and talked about where we were and what we were doing on 9/11. And no one knew that I was actually downtown during that time. And yeah, I don't know. It just made me really kind of go through that whole day about I had to walk the 6.5 miles home to the Upper East Side, and the people that were around me, and everybody was supporting each other. And remember this one woman, I had my arm around her, helping her walk because she was just so distraught and upset about what was happening. And then you turn around and you see the building falling, and it was a horrific, horrific day. So it's nothing I hope I ever have to live through again. And yeah, so that was my week, but I'm okay about it today. Like, I somehow have processed it and moved on, and I don't dwell on 9/11 the way I used to. And I'm not sure how that happened, but I feel fine about it. It's sad, but it was weird being down there. But I'm okay, and I'm home, and I'm here on a Saturday doing my intros for my podcast that I have recorded. And I'm going to tell you about my next guest. My next guest are these 3 women that I found on TikTok. I find people all the time on TikTok that I just love. And these 3 women kept coming up on my FYP page, my For You page, in my feed, and I love, as you know, psychics and people that are mediums and all that. My new thing is I kind of like people that do predictions. So, and I love when people do predictions and they come true, and then they go back and do a recap video and they say, "This is the video I did 6 months ago saying this was going to happen," and it happened. And I'm just amazed by this. So these three women, I have to say the audio was not great, and I did not realize that until after the fact, whenever it was being edited, the episode was being edited, and they had kind of one microphone in the middle, and you know, I could hear them okay, but the sound isn't being picked up very well. So I apologize if if the sound quality isn't the best. But when you're doing remote podcasts, this is just kind of what happens sometimes. But I'm glad you get to meet these three ladies because I really, really liked all three of them. They gave me a prediction of about myself afterwards. I don't know if it lines up to what I thought, but whoever thought I never thought I'd be doing a podcast or two podcasts at the age of 52. And here I am. I never thought I'd move back to Boston whenever I left, but here I am. There's lots of things I never thought would happen, but here I am. And they gave me a prediction about they think I need a manager, first of all, which I don't know if I do. There's a guy I keep meeting that reached out to me who's a career or a coach for influencers and podcasters and stuff. And I'm definitely going to reach out to him this week. In fact, let me make a note to reach out to. His name is Josh, and I'm going to reach out to him this week for sure because I kept putting it off because I was traveling, and I just get busy. And but these three women gave me a prediction that they think I will do something where I will be watching TV shows and making comments about it, and that's what's going to make me famous or money or whatever. But I don't see myself doing that. But you know what? They are the ones that do the predictions, and maybe their prediction's right. I believe they have special gifts. I think they're authentic. They were really, really nice, and I hope their business thrives. I hope that they can give as many people readings and predictions as they can possibly fit in, and I hope they become very successful at it. I hope they get a reality show or something. I think they would be amazing. These three sisters, all three different ages. They're all just, I don't know. Something about them I just really, really liked. And I love it whenever I end the interview with a guest and I like them. And that's how I felt about these. The Trinity Oracles are their names. So you can find them on TikTok. I will put their link to their TikTok and their website. You can book readings with them, personal readings. So go to their website. It's TrinityOracles.com. But go to the description of this video or podcast and you can go and set up time with them. But enjoy the interview. I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoy talking with them. And maybe set up time with them and get your own prediction. Thanks so much for joining me on the Everything and Anything in a Bit Gay podcast. I'm your host, Zach Randles-Friedman. I am so excited to welcome three incredible sisters who have turned their gifts of intuition, tarot, and oracle readings into a spiritual powerhouse. Welcome to the Trinity Oracles, to my show.
Hi.
So I have been watching you guys on TikTok, and I looked at your website, and you guys are amazing. And I'm so happy to have you on my show as a guest.
Yeah.
So tell me first, how did you discover you had these amazing gifts?
Each of us has like our own different story, which is like weird. We had our own different experiences, but for me personally, I've always known things. I was always like, people say like I'm an old soul, but my friends knew I was psychic before I would put a name on what I was doing. I just figured it was always a coincidence, lucky guess, and they would be like, "What do you think about this guy?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think this and this." And if you guys do go out, it won't last past 6 months. They will come back and be like, "You're right, Jen." It did last past 6 months, and exactly how you said it was going to end. That's exactly how it ended. So they were always asking me like questions, and I was just like, all ditzy. So mine started in high school. I started reading like spiritual books, metaphysical books, learning about meditation. So I started meditating every day heavily. So I noticed that when I started meditating, I actually started hearing people talk to me. So I guess I opened up some type of psychic ability without knowing it. So I started hearing people heavy breathing in my ear, talking to me. So it freaked me out. So for the entire year of high school, I thought actually I was schizophrenic. But then I noticed that it only happened to me when I was at my house meditating. So I'm like, I can't be crazy. And then I eventually got a deck, and then I learned that I was actually had the gift of actually hearing spirit guides, angels talk to me. They were just trying to talk to me. I didn't know. It would just freak me out. That's how I learned. It was like,
yeah, I would have thought I was schizophrenic if I started hearing
I
that.
thought I was too. I was doing research on schizophrenia. I was looking at medication. I was like, oh my God. I was just like, the thing is, you didn't say nothing to us. Like,
I didn't say nothing.
All by.
No, you know what? I did say something one day. I was sleeping out. I slept downstairs for a couple of months because I kept hearing the talking only in my room. And then I slept downstairs. I wouldn't hear it. So it was only in my room. But I would meditate at night. So.
And tell me each of your names so I won't say the woman in the pink shirt and the woman in the white shirt.
I mean, Erica, Candace.
Erica, Candace, and
Yes.
Okay, cool. And so what about you?
I always felt stuff as a kid. I always thought I was kind of like judging people. Like, it would come true. Like, yeah, this person, they're not really a nice person. I just thought I was judging people up until I was like maybe early 20s. And I was like, oh, this is actually a thing.
Never being intuitive.
Yeah, being intuitive. Yeah.
Where you going?
And then how did you guys all come together where you kind of said it out loud to each other that you have these gifts?
It started with me. I'll tell you a little like freaky story, you believe or you don't. But I was at a Dollar Tree one day, and I always knew things, but I never heard spirit. Like, never heard it, but I always knew things. And I was sitting there just standing in line looking at like a pack of like playing cards. And all of a sudden I heard this big booming voice like over my head, like, buy those playing cards. I'm freaking out in line. I'm looking back at my mom. Everybody else is just, and I'm like, what the heck? So I keep like staring forward. All of a sudden I hear it again. Buy those playing cards, like thunder. That's what the voice sounded like. I didn't know it was Archangel Michael at the time. Now I know that voice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like shaking. I'm looking around. I noticed nobody else even heard it. So I was like, okay, I got the cards. I didn't hear nothing else. I went forward. And all of a sudden I was like, I got the cards. And what can I do? And I heard, you can tell people's future with those cards. And I kid you not. This is one of those things, either you believe it or you don't. I pulled those cards out and I was just kind of like shuffling them. And for some reason, I knew what they meant. Like, I was like, King of Hearts means this. Queen of Hearts means this. Two of Spades, like, it was just, and like, I didn't, study or nothing. So then I was like telling them, and then, I was doing little readings for their friends, and, things that started coming true. So
yeah.
That's actually, how it worked. And then I looked it up, and it's called cartomancy. And from that, then I looked into tarot and oracle cards after that.
So are your friends that you've told this about, once you started telling them, did they bother you like nonstop? Like, tell me what's happening or tell me what my future is. Did they? And did you have to kind of like slow it down a little bit and let me like,
It wasn't like nonstop. No, I think it was more like curiosity, but it wasn't nonstop.
Okay, because I feel like I'd have to check one of my friends. My one friend, Mandy, I feel like she would be asking me all the time, tell me what's going on next. Where's my boyfriend? Where's my husband? Where's this? Where's the money coming from? So you each have kind of a unique ability: tarot, mediumship, clairvoyance. Like, tell me about how each of your gifts kind of like complement each other whenever you're doing this, or do you all share the same thing?
We all share like the same gifts, but then each of us has our own specialty. Like for me, mine is spiritual life coaching, energy healing. I read oracle cards. I do mediumship. I have all 5 clairs. So I have sentient, clairvoyance. I don't know. I was forgetting. I remember. I get the visions. I hear. I see. But I can also like smell things. Mm-hmm. I can just clear up factory. I could be doing like a reading for someone. I'm like, gosh, cigarette smoke, and they're like, oh my God, my grandpa is a smoker, and so I have those, and then Candace has hers.
Yeah, I do. I mean, they with Chris Sentience. Sometimes shamanism, randomly. Sometimes I do dream interpretations.
We all read the oracle cards.
Okay. And tell me tell my audience what that means when you say you read the oracle cards.
Oh, we read oracle cards. We basically use them as a focal point, basically, to channel channel the answer for our clients. The oracle cards, tarot cards, a lot of people like to use those because that's traditional. It's traditional, popular. And oracle makes you depend more on your intuition. So there's less symbolism in it. So we like to use oracle cards more. For us, the tarot is a little too literal. The oracle cards allows us to get past that literalness. Erica does pet reading also. I do personal reading, pet reading, intuitive sketching. I look in spirit, and I do see visions too. And I get feelings sometimes.
Does it ever scare you sometimes, some of the stuff that comes to you?
Not anymore.
Yeah, in the beginning, it was a little scary about some of the stuff. I mean, for me, for what I'd hear, but after a while, you're just like, oh, this person needs to know this. So, the fear went away.
I think it's discernment, though. Like, some people, they're ready to hear the information. Some people, they're not. So, but you really have to go with your gut feeling. And then sometimes you'll hear, like, Archangel Michael say, like, tell them this. They need to hear it. Like, they're ready for it. And then when you tell them, they're like, I felt that. Thank you for giving me confirmation. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you, I just got to say, like, it must make you feel awesome that you can do this and you can give people direction in their life. Do you ever step back for a moment sometimes and just think about how amazing this is that you can do this and how you can influence and change people's lives? Like, I think you're amazing that you can do it.
I just like true. Like I'll think about it every day. I'm like, wow, like we're really changing people's lives. This is a amazing gift. Like I want to thank Spirit for the gift, but also I'm not even gonna lie. I even thank myself. I'm like, thank you for choosing this gift in this life.
Yeah.
It's true. And we always have clients will email us and be like, you gave me the courage to finally start a business that people told me not to do it, but my heart always thought it was going to work. And you guys told me like, hey, like do it. Like the time is now. Like you changed my life like all the time. Oh yeah. We didn't lives.
So tell me about that. I want to know, like, have you told somebody you have a health issue and go get it looked at?
Erica did. Remember that? A person went to the hospital that same day and they're like, you didn't come with that heart condition? Yeah, it was a client. She asked about her boyfriend and she was asked about something completely different about her boyfriend. But then Archangel Michael was like, he needs to stay on his heart over and over again. She was like, oh, he doesn't have any heart issues, but he does complain of chest pain. But he always says it's after I eat like greasy food. They're like, no, you actually have heart issues. He went to the doctor. She made him go to the ER that night. They said, you already had a heart attack already. You didn't know, a minor one. They said, if you hadn't come in, you probably would have big one and died. She was like, oh my God. Wow. So he cleaned up his diet. I think he got on some medication or something. He feels like a different person.
See, that's what I mean. That's what you should like stop and reflect on that, because that's amazing that you did that for someone. Like you saved so many people. You saved her from having pain. You saved him from dying. You like changed that whole family's life. That's amazing. Like, I don't know. I love you guys for that.
I would think Archangel Michael.
So how do you kind of prepare yourself mentally and spiritually before you do a reading? Is there anything you need to kind of do to clear your mind, or can you just like, you're so used to doing it where you can just do it?
He took us as something different.
Yeah. For me, I kind of put a bubble around, energetic bubble around me. Then I'm like, okay, spirit, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest good for this person, come in during this reading. And then when I'm done, I close it back up. Some people still like to talk,
Yeah.
Me, I like to dance. I dance before I start. I put on African drumming, or I put on like rain sound. So I just simply listen to some R&B.
Yeah.
I start dancing. And then I also like to look out the window too. That helps me to like get grounded. So it's like whichever I feel like do it beforehand. Yeah. I do grounding, but then my favorite way to ground is by laughter. So I always watch either the Golden Girls or I watch Warrior COVID. And it makes me laugh so hard. I'm in a very relaxed state and things just come so fast.
Yeah. That's amazing. I love the Golden Girls. I mean, Maury won't make anybody laugh, so.
But it puts you like in an upbeat mood to raise your vibration.
Yeah, exactly. Is there something you can kind of share with me that something that your most powerful or memorable reading that you did with someone where, I mean, the heart attack thing is pretty memorable, but like, is there another one that just comes to the top of your mind where you're just like, wow, I can't believe that I was able to tell them that?
Oh, I had one. I will never forget. It was this one girl a long time ago, and she was a young mom. She might have been like 16, 17, and she had a child. And she basically would leave her child with family. And then I was like, is she around a male, like a boyfriend or a new husband? She's like, yeah. And I go, you need to keep your child away from him. And I'm like, he's thinking about doing something inappropriate to her. And she goes, every time I see him, I feel sick, but I have no choice but leave my daughter with him. I'm like, you need to get your daughter. And she started crying like horribly. She's like, I knew it. So she basically saved her daughter from getting, stuff done to her.
Wow. What? That's...
she said he made her sick every time she saw him, and she just didn't know what the energy was, but she just, it was something.
And when people come and they're skeptical, I mean, you guys are on social media now, so I'm sure you get all types of messages and stuff about I'm sure. I mean, the messages I get are just crazy. So I'm sure you guys are getting like really crazy. When people are skeptic or they don't believe you or they're saying you're going to hell or you're witches or whatever they would say, because, people are crazy. What's your reaction to that?
We laughed. I'm like, did you ever read that comment? Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually funny because it's funny. Like they'll write those comments and they'll still watch our video, and I'm like, yeah, we got paid. Thanks for watching our video.
Yeah,
yeah, we don't really care, honestly. Whatever. You can't please everyone. We don't even respond. We're just like, we'll look at it. We're just like, yeah.
And if somebody was kind of afraid of coming to get a reading, like what would you tell them? Because I think everybody should do it. I mean, I think everyone should like come and just give it a chance and see what you could do.
Yeah, I've had people who died reading. They're like, this is my first reading. I'm nervous. But then after the reading, they're like, oh my gosh, that was great. Thank you for letting me know this, or this.
Yeah.
And that I'm on the right path. Because a lot of people come to us. They're like, what's my purpose? I'm in school for this. Is this right? And then it's like a confirmation.
So I tell them, don't be scared. You're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're just like you were in the video. I'm like, yeah.
You are very much like you are in the video on this podcast. I mean, you're just...
That's true. Like, I can talk to you all day. That's why I always say that. Like, can I book more time? So I'm gonna book more time just to talk to me about like not even like just about anything.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you should be like, yeah, you got to pay me still, but you can still talk to me all day if you want.
Yeah.
What are some of the kind of common themes that you see for people that are coming? Is it mostly around what's my career? What's my love? Is it are people looking to kind of be healed from a past trauma sometimes? Like, what is it that people come to you the most for?
A lot of people come to us for love. Like, when am I going to find the love of my life?
Yeah.
A lot of people, what I've experienced, a lot of people want confirmation. They're like, I felt like this person or this situation wasn't right. And they're like, okay, thank you for letting me know that I felt that, or I knew that was wrong, or I knew that was right.
I say love and money, career, life purpose. They're like all on the same like wavelength. Like that's like the most common questions. And also like spiritual growth, like what they can do for spiritual development, stuff like that.
That they actually are psychic, because a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do what you do. Then I'm like, it's in different ways. So they're like, oh, I didn't know that.
Everybody's got a little bit of psychic power. Is that what?
Yeah. Intuition.
Yeah, I mean, I took a mediumship class and a psychic class, and I have to tell you, after I took the mediumship class, I think differently about the whole world now because, there's a medium psychic named Michael Mayo, and he's like the real deal. And I took his class for a year, and the first time that I had someone come forward for me, and the person I was reading, I told them, and she's like, oh my God, that's my dad. And I'm like, I didn't even know this woman. And I'm like, oh, I see you guys all sitting around a table during Sunday. Is it like a Sunday dinner that you did? And like, then you had there was another older gentleman at the end of the table. She goes, that's my grandfather. I'm like, your dad spoke, but your grandfather has nothing to say. She goes, oh my God, how did you know that? And, and I just but it made me, and let me ask you this question, because it made me think totally different about religion and death.
Yep.
Has this changed you as well as you've gained these abilities about what really, I mean, it's just like what they say is what happens when you die, you're in the ground and that's it. And you go to heaven or hell. I don't necessarily believe that anymore.
Exactly.
So you're the same.
Yep.
So what do you think happens when you die?
So I'll put it like this. You have some spirits that are earthbound because they have fear of judgment, they have fear of going to hell, they have a fear of dinosaurs, blue tape, aliens, whatever you believe in. There's so many different beliefs.
Some just don't want to let go. Like they're like obsessed with their human experience, or they just don't want to leave certain people.
But most people, when they do pass, the soul comes out the body, and then they're just like easing on down to heaven. They're easing on down the road and going to the other side. A lot of family members will be there to actually help them. And I'm gonna tell this though, there's often a big party when you do return. They're like, "Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Welcome back. You did the job." And it's almost like I do call it like a deep thing, but it's more like you're going through your memories, what you experienced, different things like that. Also, starting to let go of human emotion. It's starting to see the bigger picture. I like to say it's called the veil. So you're able to kind of see like, oh, okay, this is what's, going on. All right. And then you're able to start, the transition being to kind of friends, family members, pets, different things like that.
Have you ever had a gift? Like I said before, your gift is amazing. Have you ever had something about yourself that you've kind of wasn't expecting that came to you about, you knew that something was happening in your future or something that you needed to be looking out for? Or is it harder to do it for yourself?
No, it's funny you said that. I remember I moved to a new place last year, and when I walked up the staircase, the first thing I said is, I'm not going to be here for long. And I only stayed there for 3 months. And that thought just popped into my head. I don't know why. And I was planning on staying there every year, but things happened, and I only stayed for 3 months.
Yeah.
Stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
But anything major like relationships or money or anything like that?
For me, it was like safety. I went to a store and I saw this guy and I got this weird feeling about him. I kept walking through the store. I didn't find anything. So I stayed back to my car and I hear yelling, screaming, yelling, cussing. Like what is going on? Who is this? And it was the guy that I saw. He was threatening to I don't know if I said K word, hurt everybody in the store. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was going crazy. I think he was stealing when they caught him and they kicked him out. So he got really upset. I was like, thank God I listened to my gut to get off that store. I didn't find anything, thank goodness. I would have stayed in that store and he would have did what he had to do. But, I felt like, okay, it's time to go. I didn't find anything. I have positive ones though too. I'll have I'll just get the intuitive nudge to don't take the freeway, take the back way. And then I go on the back way, I look over the freeway, it's a big car accident and I would have missed my appointment. It's stuff like that. Yeah. I've had times I've walked the wrong way and I'm like, oh, let me just turn this way. And then I found money, hundreds of dollars several times before. I'm sitting on the ground.
Wow.
Or don't eat at that restaurant. So you go to a restaurant and the food's good.
Yeah, see, that's more big food. The was laughing at me. A Chick-fil-A experience, Chick-fil-A holler at us. But anyway, so one day, literally, I was like, man, what should I eat out? All of a sudden I hear, go to Chick-fil-A. And I was like, okay. So I went to Chick-fil-A, and I kid you not, they always laugh. I'm like, Spirit told me to go to Chick-fil-A. And they're always like, that was the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life. I was like, I don't know who was back there in that kitchen that day.
Yeah.
They set the bar and it was oh my God. So it's a lot of fun stuff. I'll be thinking about getting a purse from a certain store and they're like, don't, just wait. And then literally I'll find that same purse somewhere else at a steeper price. So now or I see a different person. I'm like, oh my God, I want this. And they're like, see? Wait.
Yeah.
Go in that store. Then I'm like, why am I going to Goodwill? Then I find something.
Yeah.
Or something that you wanted. Yeah. I was looking for that.
Exactly. Them say you're gonna start, attracting more of these types of clients, these issues, and it'll be the next month. They're wait for a month, you're gonna start attracting these types of clients. The next month, certain types of clients, certain types of issues, will be coming, but they're telling me a month ahead to get my mind almost prepared in this.
Mm-hmm.
To explain it, but like that.
I love that. And we'll be right back. Okay, and now back to the show. I think more people are turning to spirituality and tarot and astrology more now because there's this, I mean, not just this country, but the world is kind of not in a great place right now. And do you kind of see that cultural shift of people coming more and believing more and wanting more guidance than ever before? I mean, I feel like your gift is what a lot of people need because people are so uncertain about what's going to happen in 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, because it's crazy.
Sure, it's true. Absolutely. Yep.
And do you have, I mean, I see a lot of these, I don't want to get political, but I see a lot of videos where people are like, it's going to happen on, September 12th. And they're talking about Trump dying. And like, do you...
I didn't know. I didn't know that. Wow.
Well, it's not, I'm making that date up.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Yeah. But there was one woman who she has a date in November and she's saying it every day. Like, this is when it's going to happen. He's going to have a heart attack. He's going to die. And this is the time and all this other stuff. Like, are people coming to you for crazy things like that? Asking like when somebody's going to die or the world's going to get better? Or
I've had somebody, she actually just left America and moved to the UK. She's like, I can't take the US. She left. And she was like, so I'm here in the UK. Like, is that ever going to get better? Because I don't know if she thought about moving back. But she's like, is there something I should be prepared for? My family in the US should be prepared for. Just to keep an eye on them. Make sure that they don't leave the US. We don't really get political questions. Well, I personally don't. But most people ask, is my job secure? Because a lot of people work government jobs. They're like, is my job secure?
Yeah.
With Trump being the president, and he's like cutting thousands of jobs. That's the number one question they want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have bad news, do you tell them?
Yes, I let them know.
Because I'd rather tell you, you can start looking for something, soon, or you like, let me tighten up my budget. I've been spending so much on this and this, and let me tighten up my budget because I'm at my job and I have to transition, to another job, and I want to take for another job.
Some people are like, this is the right time for me to start my business. I've been putting on the back burner for a year. Like some people like, this is giving me that kick in the butt to do it.
Exactly. It's funny that you're bringing that up because I tell you what Spirit told me at the beginning of this year. They said there's going to be, but I don't think the news is going to report this. But because there's so much fear surrounding Trump, there's going to be a record number of young millionaires because this fear is actually going to drive them towards their passion. This fear, they're going to be like, I can't trust the government. Let me get my butt in high gear. So there's some people making businesses that they always wanted to do. Some people are doing, they never in a million years thought that, they want to be their own boss. So it's going to be a lot more young and middle-aged millionaires. So it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready for that because I don't know how much longer I want to work. I just want to do this. For fun, so.
I've been hearing that too. I'm tired of working.
I am tired. I want to be old just so I can retire. That's the only reason why. Because I just. Do you ever collaborate with other people that have your gifts, and do you have people kind of reaching out to you since now that you're becoming so online famous?
We did interview with
the Black Cauldron. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She does tarot readings.
She does like the hoodoo stuff, and she has a really good following. She's really nice.
And you got some other people like reach out to us. No, me.
We did Gary's tarot. Dead Talk does channeling. Dead Talks podcast. We had a blast.
Yeah, awesome. Great.
I mean, have you guys thought about doing more than just readings? Like, have you thought about writing a book? Have you thought about doing a workshop? Have you thought about teaching classes, online classes, and teaching people how to do this? I mean, I feel like the world is endless for the three of you.
Right? Exactly.
We already have a course where you can learn how to connect with your spirit guides. You have 2 exclusive meditations. It's meet your spirit guide, and the other one is removing psychic blocks, right?
Really, and awakening your third eye.
And awakening your third eye, and it teaches you how to read oracle cards or tarot cards just like us, and we give you all our secrets and tips. And that way, and people love it. It's called Card Readers Academy.
So let me just tell you, whenever I did my mediumship class, I'll tell you what they charged me and everything and how it was set up. It was an hour a week. I I was in a class with 4 people the first time I did it, and we did it for 9 months. And I paid, it was 1 hour a week, and I paid $400 a month. So everybody in that class, and this was just one class. So he's doing this class, all day, so he's making good money. Plus he's doing readings on the side. One class that I just was a psychic class. There were 21 people in that class, and that was $400 a month. And that one was like harder because you have 21 people in there, and you're not getting the individual attention and stuff. So that one was a little difficult. But you go into private, like he's got a whole Zoom thing going, and they put you in a room with one other person. You're reading each other after they teach you what to do and stuff. I don't know. I think you guys would be amazing at that. You have great personalities, and I think you would be just you would make some great money. I mean, maybe, I don't know. That's just a suggestion.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And what about, has anybody reached out to you to be like on a television talk show? I feel like you would be amazing on a talk show.
No, right?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm your manager now. Like I'm coming up with all these ideas for
You want your 10%.
Yeah,
hey, you can retire early.
Yeah, when you guys make your first 100 million, I'll get 10 million. So that's what
It's true. It's true.
What's the biggest prediction that you have ever made that's come true?
I would say there's like 2 big ones.
Yeah,
I'd probably say the overturn of Roe versus Wade. We got so much hate.
You knew that was coming.
More or less. People are like, that's not going to happen. Then it happened. We were like, oh my God, you said that. And she even said, like, it's going to, like, the states are going to make a decision. Like, then the next even bad, too. There's 2 more. I would say the insurrection.
Oh, yeah, the January 6th insurrection. I did that.
You knew that was coming before?
The January 6th insurrection? Yeah. When the first term, within Donald Trump's, like, first month to be president, literally, like, my spirit guys sat me down. They were like, Jasmine, they're like, Donald Trump is not leaving without a fight. He's going to attempt a coup. And I was like, and I put it out there, and people were like, that's not going to happen. There was no way. And then it happened. People were like, oh my God. Like,
also, Harry leaving the White family. People got mad. They're like, that's not true. He never leaves. Yeah. You're liars. And then when he left, with Meghan, oh, this is real.
Yeah. It was like, he's coming to America. Coming to America. We were like, they're coming to America. Yeah. People
ask you for lottery numbers too all the time?
I had one person, but I was like, I don't do that.
Because, I mean, how could you? I mean, then everybody would be rich. Like, I mean,
Yeah, right.
But we got people ask for stocks, and I'm like, dude, go to your financial planner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because if you're wrong by any, or you're off a little bit, then they lose their money. They're going to come back at you for that. So.
Exactly.
Have any of your predictions ever kind of scared you though?
I don't think so. I mean, I can't think of that. I mean, there's one that's coming, but it hasn't happened yet.
Oh yeah, so tell me a couple of predictions that you think are coming. That's what I really want to know.
So there's going to be a major cybersecurity threat in America. This will be an inside job. So this is actually going to be someone that is trusted with security clearances that is actually going to cause a cybersecurity threat. Millions will be affected. It's going to be so bad that people will be thinking about leaving the United States, to be honest, because they're going to feel like their data, their sensitive information is not safe. And I'm just like, oh God, I don't want to be one of the millions. But they said this is going to be the biggest cybersecurity breach. It's going to be one of the top ones in history. Like, it goes down in history. Like, it's going to be epic. Well, I guess it's going to be crazy. It almost could have worldwide implications. It could have. So the little things like that, this will do that.
When do you think it will happen? Do you have a date?
I would give an estimate of I'm going to give a time frame. I'm going to early 2030s, something of that nature, between 2030 to 2032, something of that nature.
Okay.
And there's another one that I'm afraid of too. There's going to be a beef shortage. And yeah, and they said, we think ground beef and steaks and all that stuff costs a lot now. Oh no. And they actually Archangel Michael I was like, is this fake? Is it fake? And Spirit was like, it's not fake. And they showed me all these cows like sitting in the grass. And they were like, look. And they showed the cows like disappearing. And what's going to happen is because there's a cow shortage, it's going to make beef skyrocket that people are not going to be able to afford. Brown beef steaks, anything like that. So it's almost going to be an epidemic. And it's because of the substandard living conditions of these cows.
When do you think that will happen?
I think that's going to happen in about a year or so, plus or minus a few months. It's going to have a trickle down effect.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about same-sex marriage? Do you think that's going to get overturned? Any thoughts about that?
I thought I was doing a reading about that actually. She has card. I didn't bring my card. I didn't bring either. Mine are in the corner.
It's not going to get overturned. Let me double check something. But it is going to be, they keep saying like it's going to be brought up a lot, but there's no chance of it being overturned.
Okay.
No. But there will be more rights of the LGBT community being taken away. They keep showing the military, they keep talking about the benefits of the LGBT community, like they're fighting for their healthcare benefits. That the ones that have served, they're like, what the heck? Like, I'm not getting the health benefits that I'm old. I can't get access to the VA. I'm not able to, and I served 20 or 19 years and 20 years of time. And it's like, you guys won't give me my benefits. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome that it won't get overturned. I mean, that's on a lot of people's minds.
Yes.
And do you think the country is going to go back to where we were when like Obama was? And again, I don't want to be political, but just the country was so much better when Obama was in office. And, now I feel like, I don't know if you're Trump supporters or not. You don't have to answer if you are. I'll just tell you I'm not. But if you think about where we were when Obama was in office, how people could be themselves and there was less racism. Now I feel like people they have the pass to be, somebody has given them a pass to say, you can be racist, you can be homophobic, you can be all this. And do you think we're going to go back to where we were when Obama was in office?
I'm getting Water Your Garden, which is actually a very positive flower. And we're going to get back to a really good time. Say the ladies, all the beautiful flowers and stuff. Yes, they say actually going to be headed to a better time. They said that's going to be more affluent, future, a more.
We're going to get back to balance. That's our future, Michael said.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, okay, I feel safe. I feel good being in America.
Yeah, we need to all feel safe. That's what I want.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to get back to.
But they said it's going to take for the LGBT community in particular at least 10 years for them to feel safe, because it's like, oh my gosh, there's going to be this kind of subconscious fear of like, yeah, things are better, but we never know when the times to turn again. We don't know when America will flip on us.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. They keep saying it's going to be 10 years before the majority of the LGBT feel safe. That doesn't mean that the next president's going to be Republican. I'm not making that prediction, but that's just what you get.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Any thoughts about my Sussex Maya podcast?
Okay. And I could. You just pull the card. I was reading the card. I was reading the cards. So, ever thought about doing pop culture? Oh, I thought you were pulling them, like reality TV, all that stuff. Showing like that would be like you would be like a hit. Like with your, even though you might be like, I'm not interested, they keep showing like your opinions. Like, I don't even watch this, but this is funny.
I mean, I love pop culture. I mean, I'm a huge Bravo fan. I love all the housewives and all that stuff. So,
because they keep showing something like getting in touch with people like Bravo. Like maybe I could come and talk and do some commentary.
I like to take over Andy Cohen's job. That's what I'd like to do.
I know. I do the same thing too. They're like, you should reach out to like pop culture podcast, co-collaborate with them, and then also they keep saying do like what do you call live reactions to shows. Well, yeah. Even TLC shows like 90 Day Fiancé said like doing live reactions. People will love that.
Okay, I never thought of that.
Yeah, live reactions. They said you'll get a good following.
They said it's be like in your pajamas with your dog eating popcorn. Like, oh my God, I can't believe she said I married this man. She met him 2 weeks ago in Turkey or whatever. They said people will love that.
Okay.
But they said you are going to continue to go up, but they said your key is co-collaboration. They said that's the key for you. Cracked open, the card that's cracked open means right for you. You have to collaborate more.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting it's funny because I'm bouncing off of what Eric was getting. They said there's going to be some type of collaboration you get. I feel like this could be a celebrity, and if it's not a celebrity, someone that's just really up to that will be literally the highlight of your career. Like
So
you're
they're all
right.
connected.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, like I got to interview so and so. But here's the kicker though. I see a red carpet. I see you sitting in a chair, and I see you interviewing someone like live on camera. Like for some reason they said think like Rick Paul.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
Yes. And then they said also reach for the stars. Go for a more international fan base. You could go far. They keep saying, look at your international numbers and like get into like how can I go international? Like rumbling. Say you do that, that's like I see you like ease on down. This is like a gold roll. And Spears said, even if you didn't do this, you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
They're going to be reaching out to you.
Yeah, because they're like, you need, like, do you have a manager? Like, they should say, do you have a manager already?
No.
Okay, they said you need a manager or an agent. Like, the manager or agent will take you from A to Z very quickly. So,
Somebody reached out to me about it, so I need to probably follow up with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, they're like, this agent or manager will get you to the right people, like, get you, you know, that retirement check quick.
Yeah. And let me tell you, if I become the next Andy Cohen, I'm having you all on as like
Yeah, let's do
recurring co-host, so I can give you a paycheck too.
Would love to. And they show Denmark is coming up in your future in a very big way.
Denmark.
Yes. They're like, it's going to be a big wedding. And it's going to be one of the highlights of your life. Mm-hmm. And they say, don't worry, you'll soar.
Okay, well, I'm open for anything. Well, I think you three are so amazing, and I feel so honored that you came. When you said yes to coming on my show, I was so happy because I just love watching your videos. I think you're amazingly talented, and I want to know, and if people want to go to your website is trinityoracles.com. I'll put all this into the description of the podcast and the video so people can go right to your website. But you all three people can book readings with you all, and you're on TikTok, and keep doing that because that's amazing. I love your TikTok videos. I'll put all that. Is there anywhere else that people could find you other than TikTok and your website they wanted to?
YouTube. You look up Trinity Oracles there.
I'll put that link in.
Oh, sorry.
I'll put the link in for Instagram and YouTube. And if there's anywhere else, then
And
let
Patreon.
me know.
We have a lot of juicy stuff on our Patreon.
Patreon. Okay, you'll have to email me the link to that, or I can find it, and then I'll put that in there too, so people can go to Patreon.
Yes, in our course too, where you can learn how to read cards just like this. Finally, me your spirit guide.
That's on the website too. We also have a celebrity predictions blog. There's predictions we have to catch up because people are like, you predicted that, and we're trying to go into the videos. We have the timestamps of when it says.
Yeah, I seen that. So, what's the biggest celebrity prediction? I mean, the Prince Harry thing was pretty big.
Another big prediction. I don't know how long ago we did this. We got a lot of backlash, but BTS. Everything we said in that BTS video, those fans did not like it, but it came true.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was like, can you guys do another BTS video? We're like,
no.
We were like, we did an hour-long video.
Yeah.
We told y'all a bunch of stuff. I was like, you don't know what I'm saying.
Exactly. I think Jocelyn predicted Nicki Minaj's pregnancy.
Oh yeah.
Rihanna doing the Super Bowl, and then recently we predicted that Donald Trump was going to go after the cartel, and it was going to be caught on camera. And he did do that.
Yep.
Then it's when he blew up
the boat.
Oh yeah.
And also,
we said that he was going to go after the cartel. People were like, no, he's not. He did.
Yeah. And also, Jasmine predicted that. Is it Barbara Walters that passed away?
Oh.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got Rihanna's baby's genders right. Because everybody was like, it's girls. And I was like, no, it's not. I was like, it's boys. And they're like, it's girls. And I was like, she's tricking you guys. She went to the store getting pink things to trick you guys. But it's boys.
Have you had any celebrities reach out to you yet for predictions?
No.
You will. I bet you will. That's my prediction, is that you will. You guys are going to blow up, I think.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being on again. I'm so honored, and I love your whole vibe. I just love who the three of you are. You're so kind, and that's what the world needs more of. And again, I want you to reflect back sometimes, just to think about how amazing it is, the gifts that you have, and that you change people's lives and you guide them in the right direction. And that's why I wanted to have you on, because I love people like you that do good things and just help people out. So thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
All right, it was great meeting you, and be sure to go to their website, TrinityOracles.com. I will put all their links to all their social media and their Patreon in the description of this video or podcast episode, and check them out. Book a reading with them because they are amazing. I can feel their good energy just coming over. So thank you guys so much for being on, and be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a comment on what you thought about my interview with these beautiful ladies. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.